She didn't walk away from you. She walked away from the version of you that stopped leading, the version that hesitated, begged, doubted himself, and gave her the power to decide the fate of the relationship. Women rarely leave the man, they leave what he becomes. This video is not about blaming her, it's about awakening you. Because what you're going through isn't heartbreak, it's a resurrection of your masculine spirit. Let's talk about why women don't actually leave you, they leave your weakness, and how Stoic masculinity gives you the power to never be left again. Part 1. She fell in love with your fire, not your fear. When a woman first felt attracted to you, it wasn't just your face or voice or charm. It was the way you held your world together. It was your calm confidence, your sense of direction, your mission-first mindset. But slowly, something shifted. You stopped making decisions. You started asking too many questions. You became emotionally reactive to her mood swings. You started fearing her absence more than honoring your own presence. That fire she once saw in your eyes, it became a flicker. And no matter how much she once loved you, she can't stay loyal to a man who's not loyal to his masculine essence. Stoicism teaches us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. But I'll tell you this, the best recovery is not to become like your past self, the version that got left. Part 2. Women test you with silence, not words. Here's something no one tells you. When a woman starts to pull back, it's rarely loud. She doesn't yell, doesn't argue. She simply grows quiet. She watches if you notice. She watches if you chase. She watches if you lose your frame. This isn't cruelty. It's a subconscious test. A test to see if you're still the grounded man she once trusted. In Stoicism, Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. But in relationships, we must listen with emotional detachment. Not every silence needs to be filled. Not every distance needs to be closed. Sometimes you need to let her drift away to realize the gravity of your presence. Because if your masculinity needs constant validation from her, it was never stable to begin with." Part 3. Weak men crumble. Stoic men rebuild. The pain you're feeling right now, good. Let it break you, but don't let it define you. Let it burn through every ounce of neediness, of fear, of self-doubt. Because once a man hits rock bottom, he has only one choice. Rebuild, but not as the man she left, as the man she couldn't even imagine. Start waking up earlier. Stop checking her socials, hit the gym, read Marcus Aurelius, meditate, walk in silence. And remember this, every time she expects you to spiral, stay silent. Every time she expects you to beg, stay focused. Every time she expects you to react, stay stoic. You're not rebuilding to win her back. You're rebuilding to never need someone who could abandon you again. Part 4. Women respect the man who can walk away. The most powerful man in the world isn't the one who wins every argument. It's the one who can walk away without anger, without begging, without a single word. That man is dangerous. Not because he's violent, but because he's in control. You can't manipulate a man who doesn't fear loss. You can't trap a man who lives by values, not emotions. Seneca said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And in this age, to walk away with calm dignity, to not explain yourself, to not collapse into emotional chaos, that's masculine courage. She'll feel it, not through your messages, not through your words, but through your silence. And by the time she realizes what she lost, you'll already be out of reach.
Part 5. Your emotional control is your empire. Every empire falls when the king starts chasing approval. When you base your worth on her attention, her replies, her affection, you've already lost the war within. That's why Stoicism exists, not as a philosophy, but as a way of reclaiming your internal kingdom. Your emotions are wild horses, your discipline is the reins, your purpose is the road. If she returns, fine. If she doesn't, still fine, because you've become unshakable. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So no, she didn't leave you. She left your indecision, your passivity, your emotional chaos. And that's a blessing. Because now, you get to become the man who never gets left behind again.
Final words. If this message hits you deep, it's because you already knew it. You just needed someone to remind you that her absence was your awakening. Don't chase. Don't explain. Don't collapse. Rebuild in silence. Speak only with your energy. And watch how the world, and even she, starts respecting you again. Until next time, stay stoic. Stay unreactive.